Starring Darth Nihilus, SL-67520, from the 501st Legion, Ohio Garrison. And I would like to read you a story. This one is called Finn and Poe Team Up.
Poe Dameron was the best pilot in the Resistance. He flew an X-Wing starship, and with his faithful droid BB-8 at his back, nobody could catch him. The Resistance was fighting the First Order, a sinister organization that had risen out of the ashes of the evil Empire. The rebellion had defeated the Empire many years earlier, but now the First Order was on the rise, and the Resistance was getting desperate. General Leia Organa led the Resistance. She was a brilliant, respected leader, but she was worried that she wouldn't be able to defeat the First Order without her brother, the Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. Nobody knew where Luke was, as he had disappeared many years before. General Organa personally chose Poe Dameron to help her track down Luke. Poe's mission was to go to a man named Lor San Tekka on the desert planet of Jakku. Leia hoped that Lor might have information that could help lead them to Luke Skywalker. Soon, Poe and BB-8 had found Lor San Tekka. This will begin to make things right, the old man told Poe, handing him a data chip that contained a map to Luke. Without the Jedi, there could be no balance in the Force. But just then, BB-8 rolled into Lor's hut, beeping frantically. "We've got company," Poe said grimly. The First Order had arrived. Outside the little desert village, a large transport had landed, and First Order troopers were spilling out of it. They were also searching for the map to Luke Skywalker. General Organa wasn't the only person looking for Luke. Kylo Ren, a warrior from the First Order who was strong in the dark side of the Force, wanted to help the Jedi Knight and destroy him. Poe saw the First Order stormtroopers attacking the town and knew that he needed to help the innocent villagers, but he couldn't risk the map falling into the hands of the First Order. The fate of the galaxy depended on it. So Poe gave the data chip to BB-8. "It's safer with you than it is with me," Poe told his droid. "You get as far away from here as you can." The little robot beeped and whizzed away across the sand. Soon he had disappeared entirely. BB-8 and the map were safe, but Poe was not. The battle was brief, but brutal. Poe was captured by the First Order and taken back to their Star Destroyer. As Poe was walked to his cell, one particular First Order trooper watched him go. This trooper was different. He didn't want to fight for the First Order. FN 2187 just wanted to be free, but he had no way to get away from the First Order. As FN 2187 watched the Resistance pilot being shoved into his cell, a daring idea came to him. Meanwhile, Poe was in great danger. He'd been captured by the First Order, and his mind was being probed by Kylo Ren himself. The dark side of the Force was strong with Kylo Ren, and even a man as stubborn as Poe Dameron didn't stand a chance against him. Before long, Kylo Ren had the information he needed about the map. "It's in a droid," Kylo Ren said triumphantly, striding out of the interrogation room, "a BB unit." The First Order began looking for BB-8. If the Resistance didn't find the little droid first, the galaxy would be in grave danger. FN 2187 was ready to act. All he needed was a pilot, and the First Order had brought one right to him. He would help Poe Dameron escape and hitch a ride. Now, FN 2187 just had to convince the Resistance pilot to escape with him. FN-2187 escorted Poe Dameron from his cell. "Listen carefully," he murmured. "You do exactly as I say, and I can get you out of here." Poe grinned. "We're going to do this," he said. FN-2187 liked him already. FN-2187 and the pilot snuck into the Star Destroyer's hangar and climbed into a TIE fighter. The pilot was excited. "I always wanted to fly one of these things," he told FN-2187. "Can you shoot?" FN-2187 had shot a blaster before, but he'd never used a ship's weapons. As Poe piloted the ship towards the hangar opening, the First Order troopers began to fire at them. FN-2187 fired back. He was getting the hang of it. Soon, Poe and FN-2187 were rocketing into space. The Star Destroyer shot its cannons after them. "We have to take out as many cannons as we can," Poe yelled to FN-2187, "or we're not going to get very far." FN-2187 aimed carefully and fired. A whole bank of cannons exploded. "Yes!" FN-2187 yelled. "You see that?" "I saw it," Poe yelled, laughing. Their TIE fighter sped away from the Star Destroyer into the safety of open space. They had escaped. "Hey," Poe said to his new friend as he guided the TIE fighter through space, "what's your name?" FN-2187, the young trooper answered. Poe blinked surprise. "That's the only name they ever gave me," FN-2187 explained. "Well, I ain't using it," Poe said indignantly. "I'm going to call you Finn." "I like that," Finn said. Finn and Poe had escaped from the First Order. Now they needed to find BB-8 and get the map back to the Resistance. It was a tall order, but they were ready for their next adventure.
And there you have it, little ones, the story of how Poe Dameron and Finn met each other and helped save the galaxy. May the Force be with you.